Hey guys, so my last video I told you how to pick a mutual fund, but in this video I wanted to show you. So what I do is I go to morningstar.com to screen for mutual funds. Once I find a mutual fund I like and I want to purchase, I just take the symbol name like ABCDEF, ABCDE, actually 5 letters, and I go and input it on the site that I'm actually going to make my purchase on, whether that be like your bank account site or your TD Ameritrade account, or there's lots of brokerage accounts. So I will go within my IRA or my kids savings account and make the purchase there. Before I make the final purchase, after I look at the fund here, I will just look over the fund at their site also. They have a screener, most sites do. So I'll check it and make sure like the fees are some, they lined up with Morningstar, the fees, the performance, and such. Okay, but to screen for a fund, here's how you do it. Go to morningstar.com and you click up here in these little squares on the left there, and you click research, and then you click mutual funds. We're going to run a screener that's going to bring up all mutual funds that we might remotely be interested in. Okay, I'm going to scroll on down through this page, and down here at the bottom it says Tools. I'm going to click on Basic Fund Screener. And then I can select all my criteria here and get some funds that hopefully will work for me. Okay, Fund Group. I'm going to select, United States Equity, a domestic fund. Morningstar category. Do I want large, mid, small cap? I'm just going to select all. If you were looking for just a specific one, you would punch it in there. Manager tenure, I want someone who's been around for a while. I don't want someone new, so I'm going to do 10 years. Minimum initial purchase, I'm going to go to the smallest one here, and I'll explain something about that in a minute. Load funds, I do not want to pay a front-end load or a back-end load, so I'm going to do no load. Expense ratio, I want to keep it as low as possible if I can still get good performance with a low expense ratio. So I'm going to say 1% or less. And then I will take all the 4 and 5-star funds that are available. I do not want any new unrated funds because I'm looking for long-term performers. Morningstar risk, I will take average or better. And I don't put all my weight in that. Sometimes I see a fund I really like and I don't feel like it's very risky, so I'll go for it. As far as performance, I don't care about the year-to-date, 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, but here's the 10 year. I will say give me the category average or better. And then we are investing within our mutual funds, there are stocks. So for our stocks, I would like the manager to not have a turnover more than 25%. And I don't necessarily care how much total assets he has and such. And then we're not doing bonds. So then down here, I'll click show results. If you were doing bond funds, then you certainly could select that. Okay. And then here, it gave me 19 results here. And they're up there. That kind of my screen went a little funky there. Okay, so you can see the results here. There's the fund names, the category Morningstar gives to it, the rating Morningstar gives to it, expense ratio, which these look like great expense ratios, all under 1%, and those are stellar. If you can find that low of an expense ratio and still have a good performer, then why wouldn't you do it? Why would you pay more for more expensive funds unless they're like performing so much better? Okay, I'm going to go up here to view, and I'm going to I'm first always going to sort my funds by performance. Obviously you want to pick the high performers first, right? And then I check the fees. So after that, I'll check for fees. So again, I don't care about year to date, 1 year, 3 year, 5 year. Sorry, I have to keep flipping my screen. My phone does that. Okay, I'm going to click on 10-year return to sort it highest to lowest. And you can see that I have some 15 percenters there, 14, 13, 13. And so from here, you can either start at the top, look at it, see if it looks like a good fund. If it doesn't, go on to the next one. If that one doesn't, go on to the next one, and keep going until you find a fund that you like, that clicks with you. So I'll just click on any of these. I'll just do that one just for fun. Let's go check it out. Shall we? We shall. Okay, once we click there, then it gives us the name of the fund, Vanguard Dividend Growth Investment, VDIGX is the symbol, and Morningstar gives this one 5 stars. And all these things across the top here, I'll show you what many of those are, and that's how you can look at your fund in many different ways. So we'll just start with quote to give us the basic info. You can see that this fund manages $37.2 billion in assets. Expense ratio is extremely low. There's no load, so we don't have to pay at the front or the back end. That's good. It is open to new investors, so you could get in on it. 0 minimum initial investment. It's kind of rare. I usually see at least $100 there. Turnovers at 23%. That's fine, and it's a large blend there. And if you scroll on down a little bit, you can see a chart. The blue line is this fund. The yellow line is how well other funds in this category have done. And the red is how the index fund has gone. And so you can see here that this fund has not outperformed the index. So that's good to know. Okay, and then let's go back up here to all these little things we can click on. So now let's click on fund analysis. And if you go down here, it will just give you a couple paragraphs about what this fund is all about, or it'll just give you information. So I usually scan this. Go ahead and read it, because if there's any red flags in there that you don't want, then you would want to know, right? So this one says it's available to new investors, and this guy's invested, he's made this many successful transactions before, and he's done great, and he's so great. Here's how this fund does. And usually, like at the end, one of the very last sentences might say, like, this fund invests in gold. Or they'll say something that'll catch my attention and say, oh, well, I don't want to invest just in gold, because that's not diversified. I want to invest in many different sectors of the market, not just gold. So I will read that and just make sure that I am okay with all of that. Then I go over to performance, which, you remember, performance is obviously the first thing we look at. And so if you go down here to trailing returns, you'll see here their fund's 10-year, 15-year, and since inception returns. This fund has done good, 13%, 10%, 8%. It's a little low, but maybe this fund's been around for a really long time, so that's fine. And you can see here it has ranked in the, for their 10-year record, they have ranked 15-year record, third percentile out of 546 funds. So that's great, top 3%, I'll take it. And then, okay, go back up here, click on risk. This is just Morningstar gives it a rating. They say that it's low risk and that it's above average returns. I don't put all my stock in trusting that, but I like to peek at it and see. And then here's some more mathematical ways to analyze funds, which I actually don't really do. And then I'm going to click over here on price. Because once I've looked at the performance and the fees, and I've read about it and stuff, I can make a pretty good decision. Okay, just again is telling you the expense ratio, and if you scroll on down here, it'll tell you historical expense ratio. So in 2019, it's 0.22. It used to be a little bit higher, but always super low. So that's impressive that the expenses are that low. Okay, and then you click on portfolio, and you'll see here that 88% of the money it invests in is United States stock, domestic, 9% is international, keeps 2% as cash. You don't want a mutual fund that's keeping a lot as cash, because that means they're not investing it for you, right? They're sitting on your cash instead of growing your money, so you don't want that. Here's the Morningstar style box that I love so much. It tells you small companies down at the bottom, then mid, then large. And you can see this fund is the blue, and so it invests in giant companies. And so if you scroll on down here, you can see the sectors of the market that this mutual fund invests in. So basic materials, consumer cyclical, financials at 14%, real estate's just at 2%, communication, energy, industrials is at 20% there, a little bit of technology, consumer defense, healthcare. So as long as you're not picking a fund that is only in energy or only in technology, then you should be good. You want a fund that's invested in 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 different sectors of the market. Remember, diversify, diversify, diversify. That's your key word, remember. So you want to get a diversified fund. And then if you scroll down a little bit more, and you can read some of that on your own, not super important to me, you can see that the top 10 holdings. So this mutual fund invests in McDonald's, Coca-Cola, American Tower Corp, Medtronic, and all these other ones here. This is where you just want to check your ethics. Am I okay with investing in these companies? Do I have a problem with any of them? If you don't know what they are, like I don't know what TJX Companies Incorporated is, or I don't even know what Danaher Corp is. So I'll just Google them and I'll see, are they a parent company for something else? And if so, am I okay with that? Are they investing in stuff that I don't agree with? So depending on how you, what you think, you could pick this fund or not. It's got a couple maybe questionable things in there for me personally, but okay. And then go over to people, and here's where you can see the manager, and you can see it's advised by Wellington Management Company, and this Donald guy has been managing it since 2006. So he's been in there over 10 years, which makes me feel good. And there's the manager history. And then the last tab, parent. Okay, just showing it's a Vanguard fund and they give it a gold star rating. And okay, so that's how to screen for a fund. If you decided you wanted this one, you would go over to the screen that you invest, where you do your investing, and you type in purchase a mutual fund, and you type in VDIGX. And then you put in your amount. I want to put in $100, and you click purchase, and then it takes a couple days, and your money is now invested in the stock market. This is the symbol for the mutual fund that you chose. Also, again, I said at the beginning, you just want to check, I think I said at the beginning, I don't know. You want to check this symbol over at the site you do invest in, and read about it over there too, and make sure the data lines up. Most websites do get their information from Morningstar.com, so it should be good to go. But I always check it at my site too and say, hey, is this fun? Does it have the same expense and performance and stuff that Morningstar said it did? And if it did, and I feel comfortable with it and I like it, I might purchase it. If you have any questions, guys, let me know. But that's how I do it. Thanks.